right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Wacha HaKodash. That one is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And also, I want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And as you can see, the name of this Thursday Live lesson is going to cover a few things here. Number one being women in apocalypse. And the second topic will be India versus Pak or Pakistan. And the last subject will be empty shelves, ? Right? And I want to deal with it in this order. And Lord willing, this is edifying. Okay? So dealing with women in apocalypse, I actually saw a video today on TikTok from this lady here, okay? And I came across her reaction video to the video that she did concerning what would women do in apocalypse or in, economic collapse or just bad times, all hell breaking loose. What will women actually do? And so I want you to hear her video, and I'm going to also get some comments in her video as well, because this is very interesting, man. All right. And what this is going to show you is that women are not built for hard times. Okay. The women who are going to make it is going to be by the grace and mercy of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Okay. But generally speaking, they are not built for bad times. So let's play this video here. I'm going to grab some of the comments from the comment section, and then I may get another one of her videos as well. But this is very interesting, man. And this is fair use TikTok, because y'all keep copyrighting me for some reason. This is fair use. All right. But here we go. Let's go to her page here. Girl Gone Feral. And let's go to the video here. Here we go.
Girlies out there, I'm curious, how would you handle it if we had like a true zombie apocalypse? Life is never going back to the way that it was. Things are crazy. Zombies could get you at any time. They're in every neighborhood, everywhere, all over the world. I feel like men like glorify apocalyptic times. They're like, oh yeah, it'll be so cool, like lawlessness, and like we'll get our guns and like we'll have shelters and like da da da. And all I can think about is the fact that the likelihood that I'm going to be assaulted, killed, horrible things done to me has just dramatically increased. Not just from like the zombies or whatever the fuck is out there, but from the fact that there's no checks and balances anymore, and men will come and do whatever they want. So my plan, if we ever get into that situation, is to I'm checking out, going back to spirit world. This sounds like a problem for my next incarnation. We are hopping in the garage, turning on the car, vibing until we're no longer here. I have no desire to fight for my life every single day for the rest of my life. If the world has gone that bad, like The Last of Us, truly like zombie apocalypse, things suck. Like really nothing's very good anymore. I'm out. Like I don't need to deal with that. I don't need that kind of stress. That sounds like a recipe for insane cortisol. It doesn't sound fun. Like I'm all good. We're not doing it. Girlies out there, I'm curious, how would you handle it if we had like a true zombie apocalypse? Life is never going back.
Okay, so from her own words, all right, she said that if society gets bad, things go left, she said that she's going bye-bye and she's going back to the spirit world. Meaning what? She's going to unalive herself because she don't want to deal with hell, deal with things being bad and trying to fight for her life. She would rather unalive herself than to deal with hard times. And this is the mindset of most women, okay? Especially here in this current world, in this current Western society. These women have been given privileges. They've been having their ass kissed. They've been having their way, all right, for the past, 50 years. They've been having their way. So the thought of losing their privilege, losing their protection, losing their status, right? But really it's protection. Losing that, the thought of losing that, the thought of not being comfortable will make them unalive themselves, okay? They ain't built for it. Now, going here to the comic session, all right, this girl here, Tuffany, she says, oh honey, I'm taking myself out immediately. And she got 84,000 likes. Right? She want to just take herself out. Okay. This person here says, what? I don't know what they're talking about here. This is IDK or I don't know. This woman says, I just don't think I'm meant to live an uncomfortable life. Wow. So in her mind, she's entitled to a comfortable lifestyle, right? A life at ease. You know what? That brings me to Isaiah 47. That brings me to Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47, I'm going to get the NLT Bible. It's Isaiah 47 and verse 8. It says, listen to this, you pleasure-loving kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. You say, I am the only one, and there is no other. I will never be a widow and lose my children. And the children are talking about her people, okay? The American people, right? This is a pleasure-loving kingdom. America caters to your flesh, right? It appeals to the eye. It appeals to pride. It appeals to just fleshly things, right? And these people are caught by the witchcraft of Esau, you know? And it's all about pleasing the flesh here in this kingdom. And so they're living at ease and feeling secure, right? America, big bad military, you know? Esau just overall. They feel secure, man. This is why you have these Edomites coming out talking about nigger this and nigger that and, you know, all this stuff, you know, being bold, man. They feel secure, bro. They don't think they're never going down. They don't think Jake would never come up from, you know, from up under their hands. Esau is feeling himself, right? But this is going to be to their demise, okay? But that comment just led me to that precept. Going back here, it says, who it is? Johnny, whoever it is. It says, Mama Mia's sing along with the car running in the garage. I don't know. This woman says, I don't understand why the goal is to survive. If you're in a you know, a crazy situation of survival, right, of a life and death situation, you would want to survive. Okay? At least try to. But whatever, man. It's a woman. This this woman here says, Danny, she says, women and children would be in so much danger. I would want to go out in the first wave. So just take her out. She don't want to deal with no hard times. Okay. Um, this person says, as soon as the Wi-Fi goes down, I'm done. Uh, this woman says, women and children are already impacted by natural disasters in such a negative way. I don't even want to think about an apocalypse. It says, as a woman, I would not want to survive any kind of apocalypse because there are far worse fates than death. Um, she says, I'm not surviving. I'm taking myself out with my animal. Wow. This person said, I will be first in line to meet our Lord and Creator. This woman, Ashton, says, I'm opting out immediately. She says, another woman, as a woman, I'm not trying to survive that. So the point being is that these women, all right, are showing you that, look, they're not built for hard times. They're not built for society to collapse, okay? They know in the back of their minds that they ain't got a chance in hell. And this is why Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1 says what it says. This is why it says what it says, bro. That 7 women shall take hold of one man. They ain't built for hell. They ain't built for things to go left. Even a woman that's in your house, in your bed, she with you now. It's cool, the air working, the stove working, the water heater lit, Wi-Fi in the house. She cool. Wait till it go left. And you will see what your woman is about. You're going to see. We all going to see. Okay? We're all going to see, man. For you sisters out there, all right, who believe, you should be praying to the Most High, first and foremost, okay? Praying to the Lord, examining yourself, getting your mind right, okay? Preparing your mind to be with a man that more than likely you would have to probably share him, more than likely, right? Especially when society goes left, especially when Jacob's trouble hit, you will be sharing a man. Isaiah 4:1. Or if not, if you ain't taking this thing serious, you might be on this opting out list, okay? Just, unaliving yourself, unaliving your dog and your kids because things are bad now. Pray to the Lord, man. All right. Now we know through the scriptures that, women are going to be saved. All right. Women and kids will be saved. I'm just letting you sisters out there know, man, just to get your mind right. Okay. You don't want to have the hope of these people, the mindset of these women here in this comment section. Okay. They don't have no hope. They have no faith in the Most High. This is why they just want to just unalive themselves and just get it over with. Okay. They're weak. Now, I want to go to her response video and just listen to what she has to say about the comments in her comment section. All right. Yeah, this one here.
In case you forgot that men are awful, I posted a video about what the girlies are going to do if we ever hit an apocalyptic situation and like life's never going back to normal. And there are currently almost 7,000 comments of women saying that they would themselves rather than deal with the men out in the world because they know that they would be abused, used, and discarded. Not to mention all the girlies in the comments saying that they would make sure their body was burned, disposed of, like mangled beyond recognition, because even death will not stop men from using our bodies against our will. I know this is grim, but also the girlies are hysterical. And if you would like some funny, girly, dark humor, I highly encourage you to go look at that video on my page. I am just having so much fun scrolling through the comments. Everyone is hilarious. Everyone is so funny. And I just love all the girlies once again. In case you forgot that men are awful, I posted a video about what the
All right. So as you said in her response to her video, pretty much that the women are pretty much afraid of men. What men gonna do to them when things go left? Okay. And guess what? They should be afraid, right? They should be terrified of what a man's gonna do to them when all hell break loose. And the reason being is because of all of the wickedness that you women have done to men. All the lies, the adultery, man, bringing in children by other men, playing games, denying men, sex that you're married to, just all kinds of stuff. So you have men walking around with built up anger, built up, tension that they want to release, okay? Desperately, they want to release, but they're keeping themselves in check somewhat because of the consequences of being, taken to jail and all these things. But when things go left, right? Anarchy, there is no jail. There is no 911, okay? When all hell break loose. The cops got families too. You think they're going to just leave their family high and dry to go try to go? No. They have families too, man. So you're going to be by yourself. And this is why you're talking about unaliving yourself, unaliving your children, unaliving your dog, right? Burning your body so that men don't get to your body. Hey, bro. These women are not built for hard times, man. Okay? And if you want a good visual of that, a good visual of this is the movie here called The Road. All right, the Apostle Har, in his video, he mentioned this movie. Okay? I've seen this movie several times. It is a good movie. A damn good movie. Okay? About how life would be or can be, right? When things go left. This is a damn good movie, man. And in this movie, all right, this man's wife, after a little hell, a little trial, she unalived herself and left him with the child. She could not deal with the hard times. She unalived herself and left this man with the child. This is the same thing that these women are saying in the comment section, okay? That they would rather unalive themselves than to deal with an apocalypse, deal with hard times, okay? So you brothers out there got to be aware of this, and you sisters out there got to be aware too, all right? This is no joke. This is no joke, all right? And look, they have no clue about Jekyll's trouble and the things that come down the pipe, but she's just speaking hypothetically, okay? That, hey, If things go left, she said out of her own mouth, she said, I'm going back to the spirit world. She said that. So she's going to unalive herself. And you have thousands of women saying the same thing. Well, oh yeah, another movie, the Book of Eli, okay, shows you how women can get during a time of hard times, all right, how they act, the level they'll scoop to, okay, to get a can of beans, get some water, get some protection. They will let you have access to everything on their body for food, okay? This is serious, man. But you people can get ready, man, because 2 Ezra 15 and 16 is going to come to pass, all right? So I guess you're going to start unaliving yourselves soon, because it's going to get bad, all right? And just from this one verse here, 2 Ezra 15 and 19, it says, I'll start at 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Why? Because things are going to be bad, right? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So life's going to have to get very, very bad for these things to come to pass, okay? A lack of food, a lack of resources is going to drive people to behave in this manner. And these women are already saying, no, no, no. We're gonna, unalive ourselves and just get it over with instead of dealing with hard times. That's the mindset of most women. If you can understand that, you ain't gonna understand nothing. Brother, let your water heater go out for 2 days, 3 days, for a week. If that woman can't get no hot water out, you will see a side of her that you've never seen before. Okay? Hot water means a lot to women. Okay, that water heater means something, but I'm telling you from experience with my job. I've been working this job for 3 years, bro. That water heater is the most important thing that women complain about every time. My job every day. Can you turn on my water heater? Can you fix my water heater? This is every day. They'll, talk about the stove here and there, but that water heater, shit, they won't let me leave the house. They, they even try to pay you. Please just, just do something. I need the hot water. All right. So it's going to get serious, man. Okay. That's the whole point of me going into this here, the first portion of this lesson. It's going to get serious, man. And you will see the true nature of women, right? The true nature of a woman, you're going to see it. And there's going to be a lot of women unaliving themselves, like she's saying, right? Crazy, but whatever. They're the weaker vessels, man. So they're going to, move in that manner. So next thing here is the India-Pakistan situation. I know you brothers and sisters out there may have seen a few news clippings, brothers talking about it. But this is a sticky situation, man. Okay? This is a video by Valuetainment, which is a page ran by Patrick Ben David here. And you can see the title of his video says, India-Pakistan War Explains, India Retaliates and Launches Strikes on Pakistan. So I'm going to play a little bit of David's video here. And then I'm going to grab my scripture. Here we go.
India just bombed Pakistan. India literally just attacked Pakistan, and this is not good. This attack was a reaction to what happened on 22nd when 5 militants from Pakistan terrorist group come in and killed 26 only men They allowed their wives to live. They killed 26 men, letting the women know, go show Modi what we did. They had the folks who said, what religion are you? I'm Hindu. Boom, killed them. What religion are you? I'm Muslim. Oh, really? Yeah. Why don't you tell me the Islamic kalima? They don't have it. Boom, kill them. Now, why does this matter? Because when you think about the top countries in the world with the most nuclear arsenal, you know where Pakistan and India are? Neck and neck. 1/6 place, which is India with 172. The other is 170. And by the way, do you know how a pack 172?
Look at that list. Look at this list of nations who have nuclear missiles. Okay, warheads. Russia at the top, 4,380. America next with 3,708. China got 500. France 290. UK 225. India 172. Pakistan 170. Israel got 90. North Korea has 50. So this is enough. Okay, this is enough missiles here to shake up the earth, man, to make the world reel to and fro like a drunkard, okay? And this is not including all the nations, right? It's just the top nations that got the most. But this is a lot, okay? This is a lot. Russia has 4,000. That is crazy, okay? And those just missiles, you got warheads inside the missiles, man. That is crazy, bro. Those missiles are going to be used, okay? The wrath of the Lord, man. But here we go.
The other is 170. And by the way, do you know how a Pakistani official just responded to Al Jazeera named Faisal Kundi? You know what he said about nuclear weapons? Listen to this. Our nuclear bombs are not meant to be displayed in museums. We will use them if attacked by India. All is fair in love and in war. He said this on April 30th. Today's the attack by India. This could escalate like this. And the reason why this has happened, a lot of people are talking about going back to, hey, when you think about, is this like a World War III possibility? Because we can't have those two guys go at it. Or is this more like Cold War, what happened where Russia was communism and they were behind all the Korean War, Vietnam War, all the, even some of the war that was happening with the Iran-Contra, they're behind of it. Or is this more like, in this situation, China's behind everything because they're instigating Pakistan? Is U.S. all of a sudden going to get involved with this? Russia's kind of involved because they got a very good relationship with India. 60% of the military equipment that India uses, they bought from Russia, and 40% of the oil that Russia sells, India is the customer. So there's a very interesting dynamic going on here. We're going to talk about that today. Okay, so if you give value out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you want the notes, stick around till the end. I'll tell you how to get it on a circle that we have on my neck. So why should you and I care about this as an American? If you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, why should you care about this? The reason why this is a little bit scary for a lot of people is because China is not happy with what's going on with tariffs. Trust me, no one is feeling the pain more than China. Nobody is. 22nd, those Muslim terrorists from Pakistan attacked the 26 people and killed them. 25th, Apple comes out and announces we're moving our 60 million iPhones away from China and we're going to go to India. Even though they had announced it on April 7th earlier that they're thinking about it, but the 25th, it becomes official. You think they're happy? Then Dell, HP, bunch of other people are announcing that they're leaving China. This is not a good thing for China. China's sitting on saying, holy moly, what are we going to do about this? By the way, some people are calling this as a possibility of the last time the Wuhan lab, a virus has leaked out of the Wuhan lab, but China didn't do it.
We don't know the definitive answer to that.
It comes from China.
And then the entire world shut down. This could be one of the ways of China's temper tantrum, saying, you don't know what kind of power we got? Watch what we're going to do. You want to move your stuff to India? We're going to poke Pakistan into going and attacking India. We're going to make your life a living hell. Behind closed doors, proxy type of wars that may be happening. So before we go through all these points that I have, I think it's important for us to know the history of why do people from Pakistan, Muslims, and people from India, Hindu, why do they hate each other as much as they do? So in 1947, British India was divided in two different independent states. India, majority Hindu, and you got Pakistan, majority Muslim. The division was chaotic and violent, leading to mass migration of millions and the deaths of estimated 1 to 2 million people. Kashmir, a princely state with a Muslim majority population but ruled by a Hindu Maharaja, became the immediate flashpoint. So Maharaja initially wanted to stay independent, but faced with an invasion by Pakistani tribal forces, he acceded to India. So majority Muslim, but Hindus running it, so they acceded to India, which is kind of interesting, problematic, similar to Donbass, Crimea, or even Gaza, West Bank. Hey, it's ours. No, it's ours. No, it's a, so Nagorno-Karabakh also in Armenia. So no, it's Azerbaijan. No, it's Armenia. That constant battle that's taking place, similar situation here. So that led to the first Kashmir War that started in 1947 and ended in 1949 with a UN-brokered ceasefire, which caused Kashmir to be divided, which is Indian-administrated Kashmir and a Pakistani-administered Kashmir, referred to by Pakistan as the Azad Kashmir. So that's the first war. Then we have the second war that starts in 19...
Slakia, I'm gonna play this whole video, man. Okay. But the point being is that this tension between India and Pakistan is only going to fuel World War III. That's the whole point of this video, the whole point of that situation going down. It's going to lead to prophecy being fulfilled, so we need events like this to happen amongst these nations so that the end can come, right? We need the end to come very soon, okay? Very soon. So get the hell out of Babylon, man, okay? This is all the Most High is doing. It's going to lead to prophecy. So the scripture I have here is Zephaniah 3:8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to pray. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." So everything that we're seeing going on amongst these nations in the news, man, all of this tension, wars and rumors of wars, is going to lead to this final battle of Armageddon, which will be a nuclear battle, by the way. And these nations are going to shoot missiles on each other. But then Yahweh Shai going to come back too. And they're going to try to fight Yahweh Shai. And they're going to lose terribly, according to prophecy, right? So when we see stuff like this happen in the earth, in the news, we should rejoice, all right? This is one step closer, right? Brick by brick, prophecy is manifesting. And it's going to manifest until Yahweh Shai come, and that's that, okay? Last thing here is a video here from Redacted. And as you can see, the title of the video reads, "America will face empty shelves in only 5 to 7 weeks, warns LA port master and blames Trump's tariffs." Now, we don't know how true it is that there'll be empty shelves in 5 to 7 weeks. We don't know, all right? But we do know that, according to prophecy, the shelves will be empty eventually, and that a famine will come eventually, right? Whether it's come through Trump or somebody else, it's going to come. So the word of the Most High can be fulfilled. So I want to play a little bit of this here. Then, yeah, I'll pretty much close it after this. So here we go.
Well, this is going to make a lot of people upset, especially liberals will be upset by this because they see that, they're going to say that Trump screwed it all up with tariffs. He's ruined the United States of America. And of course, MAGA folks will never criticize Trump no matter what. This might get under their skin. They'll say this guy is gaslighting, and they might be right. So we're going to lay it out here, and you guys decide how you feel about this, but don't shoot the messenger. Here's Gene Soroka, the executive director of the Port of Los Angeles. And I've watched a lot of his interviews, and he does not seem to be a fan of Trump. Okay, just putting that out there. Maybe he is, but he doesn't seem to be, because he's all over CNN blasting the tariffs and how bad this is going to be for the United States of America. And maybe he's right. I'll leave it up to you. So again, take it with a grain of salt. But anyway, he was just interviewed by Bloomberg News last week. I think either Friday or Saturday. And he goes into detail about how America could face a massive supply chain disruption. We're talking empty shelves, COVID-19 level retail shock with nothing on the store shelves. And he says this has already been set into motion. Watch.
Just describe for us, let's take a beat, really frame it for us, how much volume has just dropped off in the last few weeks?
Yeah, about a third of the import volume, which means give or take about 50,000 20-foot equivalent units gone off the arrivals coming in next week.
From next week is when you expect to see this really hit.
That's correct. And that matches up. The announcement's back on April 2nd. Then on April 8th, a little bit of a change on everybody, ex-China, Mexico, Canada. And those arrivals are coming at us this weekend.
We'll, of course, dedicate time to your port, but I'm just wondering how you're anticipating this rolls and ripples through the economy from here, how it hits trucking, when this turns up on the shelf. What's the distance, the time from when you see a drop-off in volume and when we, as consumers, see the shortages?
Right. So CEOs are telling me, hit the pause button, right? I'm not going to import anymore at these kind of prices. Let's wait and see. I don't know if it's going to be 2 hours, 2 days, or 2 weeks till I get some clarity. Then hiring. Off the table for right now. Capital investment, pause. And the retailers are telling me that realistically, with even the 10%, I'm going to have to pass it on to the consumers.
So
All right. So he's pointing out here, and a lot of people in the chat room saying, no, this guy is a union hack. He's a fearmonger. He's a leftist union hack. Others are saying in the chat room right now, saying, there's already salt is not on the shelves. So I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about it. But anyway, he's pointing out here that the tariff announcement came back on April 2nd. This caused a cascading effect. There's no stopping this now. He says it's already baked in and can't be avoided because you're having like 3 months of order time. He details how these orders, go back 3 months. Predates that. So there's enormous lag time between these orders. And then out there saying we're not ordering anything, there's going to be a huge gap of where we don't have anything on store shelves. So he says 5 to 7 weeks. So guys, let's mark the calendar, okay? So today is what? Today is May 5th.
Yep.
Cinco de Mayo. He did this interview on May 3rd. 6 weeks from now is June 14th. So we'll see if he's correct, okay? We'll check back. We'll mark it on our calendars. And maybe he's right. 6 weeks from now. So he says 5 to 7. So 6 weeks from now, we'll see. Are American store shelves going to be barren? Mm-hmm. We will see. We'll check back. Maybe he's right, or maybe he's full of it.
And I wonder if most of you feel like us, like any a-hole is getting on the news, predicting stuff because we are in an uncharted territory. So it feels like you don't know exactly who to believe. But yeah, it's a good thing let's see where we get, right?
Yeah.
Let's mark the calendar.
Let's mark the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't know how true that is, if it's 5 to 7 weeks. Who knows? Okay, anything could happen. But we know where prophecy tell us, okay, that these storehouses will be empty. Right at 2 Ezra 6, I just quoted, but a 2 Ezra 6, man, empty storehouses, that's going to cause hell to break loose, okay? When people can't eat no food, man, it's going to drive them to do things that they normally wouldn't do, okay? As we read about in 2 Ezra 15. So I'm going to stop it right there, man. Close out the lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. I'll praise you, how by Shema Shai, by Shum Chakodash. Shalom.